So joined with me today is Takunda Rukanda. He is an Edutech entrepreneur. Hi, Takunda.
Hi, Sandra. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on to Beyond Tech Solutions and sharing your amazing products that you are working on. So would you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how this product came about?
Okay, so my name is Takunda Rukanda, as you've already said. I am an entrepreneur basically in the edutech kind of space.
Obviously. Yeah. So I wanted to find out, like with your solution, how has the usage been with COVID in the past few months with the lockdowns and everything? How has it changed from before COVID and now during the COVID times?
I think right now there's more of a demand basically for these kind of edutech solutions. So specifically for learning management systems. Because COVID kind of forced many institutions, which obviously were using the traditional way of teaching, which is face-to-face, to now adopt more of these learning management platforms that allow them to have like real-time live learning lessons, and for some institutions actually pre-recorded lessons. So what I've found is that there's obviously more of a demand, and there's so many institutions right now that are in need of these kind of solutions. And so what we do is we provide very interactive learning management systems that allow organizations, universities, all types of institutions to come on board and and it's really interactive. I mean, the interfaces that we basically work with are really interactive. And so what I would say is there has been a huge demand, and it's become more and more relevant. And so many institutions, as soon as COVID hit, realized that, hey, this is the way to go. And just as we saw even in the workplace that previously it was believed that people would be most productive if they went to the office, but according to a lot of research that has taken place from many of these consultancy companies, they found that productivity has actually increased online. And it's the same thing. So many students right now have still been productive and have still made progress, even though the learning experience has been delivered online. Obviously, that's kind of pushed a lot of people, specifically teachers and educators, to be innovative in the ways that they basically will relay a lesson. But I guess it's all part of the process. I would say, obviously, the COVID has affected that in terms of, has affected the edutech space in terms of the high demand that's now, there for these learning management platforms. And we'll see what the future holds in terms of that.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. Like I always say, COVID-19 was the greatest accelerator to technology, and we just need to jump onto technology, because if we are not going to do that, we're just going to be locked down at home, bored, use the
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if this is going to go away anytime soon, but hence actually cut off at the cost, like transportation to school and all these educational.
Right. And one of the things, just to mention on that, and one of the things that we've noticed as well, because what we also do is we do assist students to go study abroad in different countries, in Asia, Canada, and so on. And so what we've actually found is most universities have actually adjusted. And so traditionally, whereas we'd have to send students to go abroad, and they'd have to pay tuition, and they'd have to pay for accommodation, and a lot of those expenses, even the flight cost, et cetera, insurance when they get there. Right now, the costs have obviously significantly reduced for the parents, because now the students can still learn and they can still do that online. So the cost, it definitely has kind of led to less cost to that end.